Hello, YouTube. It's Matt. Um, there's lots of things I could talk about today. Today is the third day of the festival of Sukkot, which is the festival of booths if you're Jewish. We were just talking about that today in my messianic Jewish congregation that I attend. Let's see. We've got missiles pointed at my country by Korea. That man's family named Sun Jong Il. He truly is ill. Something wrong with that man. But I believe that that's covered. Whatever happens will happen. We've got the Hurricane Nate coming down. But you know what? I could talk about all those things, but I really don't want to. In fact, I spent a long time trying to decide what it was I wanted to talk about today. Because I really felt like I wanted to put a vlog out, but I had nothing to say. And if you have nothing to say, why vlog? So, you know. But overnight, I had to think. And some of the things that went through my mind came down to this little book, which is this little book here. This is called Bilbo's Last Song, and this was compiled from a poem written by J.R.R. Tolkien, and this particular edition was illustrated by his favorite illustrator, Pauline Baynes, and she's one of my favorites as well. And I got this book around 2003. I was working at Media Play, which was a media store. They sold books, music, movies, and video games, and various other sundry items. But this book is kind of neat. It's all about saying goodbye, and at the same time being prepared to. Its life is a bunch of goodbyes, you know. I was thinking about this. My parents. My mom passed away February about 4 years ago, 3.5, 4 years ago ish. My dad passed away in 2008. I had to say goodbye to the house I grew up in, and I lived for a while in another house. I had to say goodbye there, although I still see the people. It's still, you know. And then changing jobs, saying goodbye to various jobs over the years, and hello to new ones. So this book is kind of a poignant thing. I'm looking out at my window, and I wish I could show you, but I'm afraid my camera equipment is not going to do it justice. But I have the most gorgeous sunset going on right now. It's like pinks and blues, and the clouds being underlit, and it's beautiful. But I'm afraid my camera equipment is just not up to the task to record what I'm seeing with my eyes. So we take off the dust cover because I want you to see the end paper without too much thing. This is again an illustration by Pauline Baynes, and this depicts the elves riding out through Rivendell. Okay, and I love it. And that's just right there. Can you see? That's just Bilbo at the bottom there, doing his poetic-y thing. And this is him before he left the second time. Now you'll notice he looks a bit younger there, although he does have a bit of gray in his hair. He shouldn't have any gray at all, really, because he's supposed to look the same age as he did in The Hobbit. Basically, when he came home from The Hobbit at the age of 51, his age stuck, and he was, age-wise, suspended in time. Because the ring tends to do that. It tends to slow down the aging process, at least in Hobbits. And the poem starts out, "Day is ended, dim my eyes, but journey long before me lies." And this is the end of the day. For those of you who are curious, I'm recording this at approximately 8:46. By the way, I've got my glasses sitting elsewhere at the moment, so it's alright. Just tired, I didn't feel like wearing them. So, yeah. But it's another shot of him looking out his window. Actually, this one's the shot of him looking out the window at Rivendell. So, I don't want to do the whole book because I don't want a copyright strike. But there's this wonderful picture of the Grey Havens. Foam is white and waves are gray. Yeah, the sunset leads my way. I really identify with that song in Peter Jackson's film about the Grey Havens. but the white doves cry. Sometimes that song really makes me cry. So, you got this gorgeous picture. I believe that's Galadriel, and you don't really see the other hobbits there, although Pauline Baynes is very, very good about picking her moments. I believe this is the way out of Rivendell, and they wouldn't have met up with the other hobbits until later on in the journey. So, and then she goes on describing about the seas and the sails as Bilbo's getting his journey onwards. And there's all these little side details that she loves to draw, like tree branches and spider webs and creatures in the tree. And it's all very medieval looking, which is one of the reasons why Tolkien loved her. But islands lie behind the sun that I shall raise ere all is done. What we've got to remember is that this is not the end. This life is not the end. Heaven is not even the end. Pastor Ron A., our senior apostle, was saying this past Sunday. The goal is to bring heaven to earth. We will go up to heaven when we die for a little while. But eventually, God's going to bring heaven down to earth. He's going to recreate this earth, and he's going to bring heaven down to it and marry them. And that's the goal. That's where we will live. In a brand new heaven, a brand new earth, a perfect earth, the one that he intended, not the one we've got now. It's going to be amazing. And it'll have heaven merged with it. Just wrap your head around that for a little while. There's an old lady song, Heaven is a Place on Earth. There will be a time in the future where that will in fact be actually true. But yeah, this is a beautiful book. And so this is what I wanted to talk about. Here he is with the elves on the last ship. So, but yeah. So anyway, and here we are in the autumn period, and you can see the autumn on the illustration. But like I said, I'm not going to read the entire thing. I don't want to do copyright strike. But this is a gorgeous book, and I highly recommend it if you can ever find it. When I bought this in 2003, I used my employee discount. So I did get 40% off the sticker price that's listed. And I will show that to you in half a moment once I finish putting the dust jacket back on, because the sticker's still on it. I couldn't get it off without damaging the book, so I left it. So you can see here that the original sticker price was $12.95 United States money. And this was approximately 15-ish years ago, 2003. So you can do the math, the inflation, and so on. I will see if I can find an Amazon link to link below. Yeah, I highly recommend this book. I really do. This is Bilbo's last song. So, that's my vlog for today. And if there's anything else you'd like me to do or talk about, feel free to put it in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, all those wonderful things, you know? I know I don't have like 1 million people watching. I'm certainly not Adam Nagoo or any of those people. And this is not going to be all books. I will eventually go out and do some adventures as well. But I'm kind of tired. I did grocery shopping today too, so that takes a bit out of me. But you gotta do it. You gotta do it. So, anyway, I will wrap this up. And that being said, further up and further in. Come on.